was early in the morning, and as my usual routine, me and my kids were outside in our yard playing. Suddenly I heard a woman kind of yelling for help. I quickly learned that her dad, something bad had happened to him. His daughter had actually kind of stayed back where my children were. I think she was trying to make sure they got into the house safely because my kids are pretty young. I knew that her mom was trying to contact 911 but was having some kind of trouble. I kind of looked around the corner and I saw him. He was laying on the ground in the bedroom. I reached down and felt for a pulse on his neck in a carotid area and didn't feel any pulse, and I just immediately started CPR on him. His face started to get a better color, and he even started to reach up a little bit like he was trying to reach for his chest where I was pushing on him. And so I stopped CPR for a second just to see if he'd respond, and reached up to feel for a pulse. But the second I would stop doing CPR, he'd immediately relax his arms back down to the ground and he'd stop breathing, and I couldn't feel a pulse. When the cops walked in, I immediately told them who I was and what was going on and asked them if either of them knew CPR. One of them immediately said, "I do," and he stepped up and we switched off and he started doing chest compressions. The paramedics arrived, and I was really excited about that because they have a bigger defibrillator. But on one or the first or second shock, he changed into a perfusing rhythm, and he had a pulse, and we started checking his blood pressure, and he had a good blood pressure. Amazingly, by the time he was to the emergency room, he was talking and able to give a history. And they took him right back to the cardiac cath lab, and they found out that he had occluded his right coronary artery. It was 100% occluded, and they were able to balloon that open and stent it, and he did wonderful. It's truly a miracle.